there, I'm Esmeralda. I love spooky stories, especially on the radio. Wanna listen with me? It's time for Tales to Sleep By. Close your eyes and just delay.
Good evening. You've found your way to Tales to Sleep By, where the night never truly ends and the stories never truly sleep. Enjoy your rest if you can. Step right up to the Moonlight Menagerie, a traveling carnival cloaked in color and charm, but hiding truths far stranger than fiction. Beneath the laughter and lights, one tent sits quietly at the edge, the fortune teller's lair, where illusions are expected and real power is overlooked. In this eerie tale, a grieving girl named Ivy seeks answers about her mother's mysterious disappearance. Guided by the enigmatic Madame Silka, dismissed by most as a fraud, they begin to uncover not just messages from the dead, but a web of guilt, silence, and shadow that clings to the living. What starts as a visit to a psychic turns into a spiritual reckoning, where the past won't stay buried and the truth won't stay quiet. So settle in, dear listener. The tent is open, the mirrors are waiting, and the dead, they have something to say.
The Moonlight Menagerie arrived just after dawn, its colorful wagons creaking into the meadow beyond Black Hollow. By noon, ribbons fluttered in the breeze, and laughter echoed from the big top. Kids whispered about fire eaters and glass walkers. Adults squinted through their coffee steam, curious in spite of themselves. This carnival wasn't feared, it was welcomed. A splash of wonder in an otherwise gray town. Danny Griggs trailed behind Ivy, weaving past booths and barkers. Ivy wasn't interested in candy apples or trick mirrors. She moved with quiet purpose toward the far edge of the grounds, where a crimson tent sat half-shadowed beneath a cluster of trees. A cracked sign swayed on rusty hinges. Madame Silka, speak with those who wait beyond. Danny hesitated. This her? The fake psychic? She's not fake, Ivy said quietly. It was the first full sentence she'd spoken in days, since her mother vanished. He followed her in. The inside of the tent was warm, sweet-scented, filled with clove smoke and soft candlelight. A velvet-draped table stood at the center, layered with tarot cards and dusty bones. Behind it sat Madame Silka, her shawl shimmering faintly in the low light. She looked up as they entered and smiled, not theatrically, but with quiet recognition. Ivy, she said without being told. Danny frowned. You two met before? Silka didn't answer him. Her eyes stayed fixed on Ivy. You've been hearing them again, haven't you? Whispers, shadows, dreams. Ivy nodded. Silka reached out a hand. You're ready now. Ivy stepped forward and placed her fingers in Silka's palm. The air grew heavy. The candles trembled. The crystal orb on the table clouded over. Danny watched, torn between disbelief and unease. Silka's voice softened. Your mother is near. Ivy's voice was barely a whisper. She says, someone pushed her. She didn't fall. Danny stiffened. What? Silka turned to him. You were there that night, weren't you? I didn't see anything, he said. Too quickly. But Ivy kept going. She was in the woods. There was yelling. I was inside. I thought it was a dream. Silka leaned forward. It wasn't. Suddenly the air shifted. Cold. Heavy. Ivy gasped. Her hands clenched. She's still here, she said. But she's not alone. Silka's expression darkened. No, she said. Something else has come through. Something that doesn't want the truth told. Danny looked down. Ivy's shadow wasn't matching her movements anymore. It was stretching. Reaching for him. Danny backed away from Ivy's shadow. It twitched. Too long, too tall, stretching even when she stood still. That's not her shadow, Silka said, voice low. Ivy swayed. It's not just her. There's something else here. Silka lit a thin black candle. Its flame burned cold blue. Ivy, she said gently, what else do you see? There was a man, Ivy whispered. Big hands, a scar on his cheek. Danny froze. That's Mr. Delacroix, my mom's boss. Silka's tone sharpened. Is he alive? Yes, Ivy said. But he's scared. He knows someone saw. Danny's chest tightened. I did. I walked past their house. I heard yelling. I looked away. Silka turned to him. Then you buried it, and guilt draws the darkest things. She reached for Ivy. We have to show the truth. The mirror tent will reveal what memory tries to hide. The hall of reflections was quiet. Lanterns flickered. Mirrors lined the walls, fogged from within, as if someone breathed on the other side. Ivy stood in a ring of light. Call to her, Silka said. Ivy spoke her mother's name. The mirrors began to shift. One showed the woods, the struggle, a hand pushing, a face, Delacroix's, twisted in rage. Danny knelt, ashamed. She screamed, he whispered, and I walked away. Another mirror cracked. Blackness spilled across the floor. Silka hissed. It followed us. A figure emerged from the shattered mirror. No face, no sound, just void. It's not him, Ivy said. It's what he left behind. The rot in the lie. The creature lunged, but Ivy didn't flinch. You're not the story, she said. She is. The mirrors shattered outward. Light filled the tent. A woman's voice, her mother's, rang clear. He hurt me. But I was never lost, just waiting to be seen. The faceless shadow withered, vanished like smoke. And just like that, she was gone.
The carnival has packed up and rolled on, but the echoes of what happened in the mirror tent still linger. Ivy, once a quiet child consumed by grief, has awakened to her true nature, a beacon for the forgotten, a voice for the unseen. And Madame Silka? She knew from the start. Beneath her shawl of bells and fading paint, she carried a truth deeper than any trick. The dead speak, if only someone listens. Justice came not from law, but from memory, from courage, from a girl who refused to forget, and a boy who finally faced what he turned away from. Perhaps, in another town, another shadow stirs, another whisper crosses the veil, and the moonlight menagerie will arrive again, right on time, because the dead don't rest where lies linger. And sometimes, the only way forward is to face the mirror. Thanks for joining us in the dark.
Trouble sleeping? Do nightmares nip at your heels like feral children? Then it's time to try Ether Mist Sleep Spray. Just one spritz on your pillow and you'll drift away like a feather on the winds of oblivion. Used by housewives, train conductors, and the deeply unsettled. Sleep deep, dream dark, and don't forget to leave a window open just in case. Ether Mist, because you're tired of reality. Ladies and gentlemen, are your bones feeling brittle? Is your mind foggy as a London graveyard? Then reach for Dr. Brimstone's all-healing tonic syrup, now with twice the questionable ingredients. It's got roots, it's got herbs, and it might even have electricity. One spoonful in the morning and another at dusk, and you'll be cured of everything from melancholy to mild haunting. Dr. Brimstone's tonic syrup. It burns because it works.
Leave a little mark below, a comment, so we know you survived the tale. Every town has places it tries to forget. For Winder Creek, it was the amusement park. Once a cheerful escape on the edge of the woods, Winder Creek Amusement Park shut down after a tragedy, the details lost in rumor, sealed behind rusted fences and silence. Most say a ride failed. Others whisper about a boy who vanished without a trace. But the truth is older than any roller coaster, older than the park itself. In tonight's story, The Turnstile, a group of teenagers breaks into the ruins for one last thrill before graduation. But what they find beneath the chipped paint and silence is something much older than metal and wood. A curse, a memory that never died, a force that never left. So step right up. The rides may be rusted, the music warped, but the park is still waiting, and tonight it opens again.
The old gates of Winder Creek Amusement Park still stood, half swallowed by ivy and time. The once cheerful sign above the arch now faded to the color of dried blood read, "Welcome to Winder Creek, fun for all ages." No one had walked through those gates in 20 years, not since the accident. They said a ride malfunctioned. Others said a boy disappeared. Some said he jumped. Some said he was pushed. Depends who you ask. Either way, Winder Creek shut down overnight, and the town never spoke of it again. Until tonight. "I can't believe we're doing this," Carly said, crawling through a fence gap. Behind her, Jake grinned. "Come on, we're graduating. Time for one last story." There were 4 of them. Carly, the cautious one. Jake, the joker. Mason, the anxious realist. And Wren, brave, brilliant, and the one who had the idea in the first place. They stepped into the dead park. The air changed instantly. Cooler. Still. The silence didn't feel peaceful. It felt watchful. The group passed the carousel, frozen mid-spin, its horses bleached and broken. The Ferris wheel loomed ahead, a rusted skeleton. One cart, number 7, hung askew. "That's the one," Jake said. "Where the kid?" "Don't," Carly cut in. Then Wren led them down a narrow path. "A tunnel?" Mason asked. "Maintenance," Wren said. "I found old blueprints online." At the end of the path, a rusted door stood ajar. None of them had touched it. Inside, the air was thick with dust and old metal. Notes on the wall warned staff not to enter the park after dark. A child's shoe sat inside a forgotten locker. And then, music, the carousel, moving, with no power. Its warped tune creaked to life. The horses began to bob, paint peeled, eyes bulged, some were missing heads. When the music stopped, Silence fell hard. Click. Another door opened behind them. Down they went, through a narrow tunnel. The concrete gave way to dirt. Roots clawed from the ceiling. A circular chamber. Symbols carved deep into the walls. In the center, an ash circle. Candles, a warped mirror. Wren picked up a charred locket. Inside, an old woman's face, cold, watching. Then the mirror changed. A boy's face appeared, mouth wide, screaming. The candles flared to life. Flames leapt from stubs that hadn't been touched in years. The mirror thickened with smoke, the boy's face growing clearer, trapped behind the glass. Jake whispered, "Is that the kid?" "From the accident." Wren nodded. "He didn't fall. He found this place." Carly looked around the chamber. "These markings, they're warnings." "They weren't trying to keep people out," Wren said. "They were trying to keep something in." The air dropped. Their phones died. A laugh whispered through the tunnel. They ran. Outside, the park had changed. Paths twisted. Buildings moved. The Ferris wheel turned. Cart 7 swung wildly. And in the midway, a pristine tent stood waiting. A fortune teller's booth. Inside, a single table, a foreign deck of cards, a glowing mirror. When they entered, a voice greeted them. "Welcome, little ones." A figure formed, tall, wiry, unnatural, draped in moss and roots. The witch. She had never left. "This park was built on my bones," she hissed. "Now you join the others." The mirrors exploded. Mason vanished. Jake followed, snatched without a sound. Wren stepped forward. "You're not punishing the guilty. You're burying the living." The witch raised her hand. But Carly's necklace glowed, a family heirloom, a symbol older than the park. The witch paused. "Where did you get that?" "My grandmother," Carly said. "She was from Winder Creek." The witch screamed. Candles burst blue. Wren hurled the cursed deck into the fire. The park groaned. And then, silence. Mason and Jake reappeared, dazed, alive. By morning, the park was gone, not closed. Gone, nothing remained. But Wren drew symbols now. Carly kept the charm close, and somewhere in the quiet corners of memory, the witch still whispers.
The gates of Winder Creek never truly closed. Not for those who built over graves, not for those who ignored warnings carved in root and stone. Tonight, 4 teenagers walked into a forgotten park and uncovered a truth that time and silence tried to bury. Not every haunted place is a house, and not every ghost is dead. The Turnstile reminds us that the past isn't always behind us, and sometimes it's waiting just beneath our feet, waiting for a curious step, a careless word, a forgotten name whispered in the dark, because the things we pave over never really go away. They sink, they fester, they wait. So the next time you pass an old fence, a patch of empty land where something once stood, listen. If it's quiet enough, you might hear the turnstile click and the park begin to open.
What's the shame of the skin? But not anymore. Say goodbye to those unsightly lumps with Widow Murphy's Wat remover, a caustic concoction passed down from the old country and only slightly illegal. It peels, it stings, and by morning, your Wat's history. Now with a new cinnamon scent, Widow Murphy's Wat remover, because beauty should hurt.
If you're still awake, I commend you, but don't get too proud. Tales to Sleep by Radio isn't finished with you yet. A little music, a little fear, and perhaps a little sleep. Leave a little mark below, a comment, so we know you survived the tale.
Let's call the Camp Night Moon boarding now. Let's call the Camp.
Bye, Mom. Bye, Dad. Gotta get on the bus now.
Oh, bye, Billy. I'll write you every day.
Do your best, darling.
Yeah.
Mwah.
Do your best. What a weird thing to say.
Welcome to Camp Nightmare by R.L. Stein.
Hi, I'm Billy. I'm 12. I was going to Camp Night Moon. I'd never really stayed away from home before. I guess my parents were nervous too, about me going off to camp for the first time. Because it was weird, my mom saying, "Do your best." Why didn't she say, "Have a good time"? The only boys on the bus I'd met so far were Colin. He acted pretty tough. And Mike, the boy sitting next to me. He looked a bit like a bulldog. Chubby, with a round face and pudgy arms and legs. It was his first time at camp, too. Oh, yeah, and a big, loud kid called Jay, who kept showing off his muscular arms, especially when one of the girls turned around to check us out.
Hey, Blondie, what's your name?
Dawn!
Wow, that's amazing. My name is Dawn, too.
Nice to meet you, Dawn. Look out of the window, Billy. I think I saw a wildcat. Where? I don't see any wildcats, Mike. Nothing out there but a bunch of trees and red rocks. Who went behind those red rocks? Have you seen any towns or anything?
Just desert.
But isn't the camp supposed to be near a town?
I don't think so. My dad told me that Camp Night Moon is past the desert, right out in the woods.
What if we want to phone home or something?
They probably have phones at the camp.
Billy, watch this.
Jay tossed a green ball up towards the girls at the front. It hit Dawn on the back of her head and stuck in her blonde hair.
Yuck! What is this goo?
I don't know. I found it under the seat.
I'd slid off my seat when the driver slammed on his brakes. As I got back on it, my heart pounding, the bus driver stood up and turned to us. His head was enormous and pink, topped with a mop of wild, bright blue hair that stood straight up. He had long pointed ears. His huge red eyeballs bulged out of their dark sockets, bouncing in front of his snout-like nose. Sharp white fangs drooped from his gaping mouth, and a green liquid oozed over his heavy black lips. The driver lifted back his monstrous head and
turned into a monster.
I saw the bus driver reach one hand up to his bright blue hair. He tugged, and his face slid right off.
Yeah, this rubber mask is great. Fools them every time. All right, everybody out!
There's nothing out here. Just looks like desert.
Everywhere was flat and open. The bus was parked beside a concrete platform about the size of a tennis court. On the other side of the platform, Jay and some other boys had started a competition, tossing little red pebbles as far as they could. Colin was leaning against the side of the bus, being cool. The four girls were standing in a circle, talking quietly about something. The bus driver was hauling out the luggage.
Hey, mister, where are we? Sir, why are we stopping here? Is someone picking us up here? Billy, why won't he tell us anything?
I felt bad that Mike was so nervous, but he was starting to make me nervous too. I wandered away from him to where the girls were standing. Dawn smiled at me as I got closer. I thought she was really pretty.
Hi, what's your name?
Billy.
My bird's name is Billy. This is my friend Dory.
Hi.
Are you from Center City?
No, I'm from Midlands. It's north of Center City, near Outreach Bay.
I know where Midlands is.
So, where are you girls going? I mean, Camp Night Moon's a boys' camp.
That's what you think. There are 2 Camp Night Moons, one for boys and one for girls. This is an all-Camp Night Moon bus.
Is your camp near ours?
I don't know. This is my first time, too.
Yeah, for all of us.
Hey, look. Why has the driver unloaded all our stuff?
I'll go find out. Hey, he's getting back on the bus. Excuse me, is someone coming for us? Hey! Hey! You don't have to run me over.
He's left. He just left us here in the middle of nowhere. What's that?
At first, I thought Jay and Colin were playing a joke on us. But everyone was frozen in place. The cries grew louder, closer. Then I saw them. Small, dark creatures keeping low to the ground, tossing their heads back and uttering excited shrieks as they came towards us.
What are they?
They won't help us! Help! Somebody help us!
They scurried toward us over the flat ground as if blown by the wind. The creatures stopped a few meters from the concrete platform and raised themselves up menacingly on their hind legs.
Pick up stones. Maybe we can scare them away.
No! No! Help!
They were wolves or wildcats of some sort. Standing upright, they were nearly 1 meter tall. They had slender, almost scrawny bodies covered with spotty red-brown fur. Tiny red weasel eyes stared hungrily at us. Their long mouths snapped open and shut, revealing double rows of silvery, dagger-like teeth.
They're going to attack! They look hungry!
White froth poured thickly over their pointed teeth. The snapping of their jaws sounded like a dozen steel traps. I was too scared to cry out or move or do anything. Suddenly, one of them leapt onto the edge of the platform.
No!
Jay pulled back his arm and heaved a stone at one of the creatures. But it kept moving steadily forward. Its red eyes trained on Jay.
Go away! Go home! Go away!
They're still coming at us!
Run! Run, everyone, run!
Can I run now? Run! Run!
They kept coming towards us. I backed away from them. They were gonna get me. I couldn't escape. Ah! I'd fallen off the platform. They kept A man with a rifle poised on his shoulder watched the creatures retreat. He was big and red-faced and mostly bald except for a fringe of curly yellow hair around his head. He was wearing white shorts and a bright green t-shirt that stretched over his big belly with Camp Night Moon written on it. Behind him stood a long green bus.
Hey, kids! I'm Uncle Al. I'm your friendly camp director. Hope you enjoyed that little welcome to Camp Night Moon. Let's load up!
He didn't apologize for being late. He didn't explain about the weird animals. And he didn't ask if we were okay after that scare.
Yeah, looks like a good group this year, huh?
Uncle Al? What were those awful animals?
We'll drop you girls off first across the river.
Maybe he didn't hear you, Dory.
Then we'll get you boys settled in.
I was really scared.
Yeah, but we're okay now. Relax and have some fun. Two counselors began dragging all our bags and stuff, shoving them into the luggage compartment on the bus.
I'm so hungry. I haven't eaten all day.
Yeah, me too. I hope it won't take too long to get there.
Girls camp!
That bus ride took us less than 5 minutes. Why hadn't the first bus taken us all the way? A few minutes later, we pulled into the boys' camp. I could see a row of small white cabins. On top of a gently sloping hill stood a large white tiled building, probably a meeting lodge or refectory. At the edge of a field, 3 counselors, also dressed in white shorts and green t-shirts, were building a fire in a large stone pit. Great! We were going to have a barbecue. Mike was practically drooling at the thought of food.
Welcome to beautiful Camp Night Moon. Step down and line up to get your cabin number. After you unpack and have dinner, I'll see you at the campfire.
The cool air smelled really sweet and fresh as I took my place in the line. I saw a long row of short evergreen trees behind the white lodge on the hill. I could hear the soft rush of a river, but I couldn't see it. Mike, Jay, Colin, and I were assigned to the same cabin. It was Cabin 4. I thought the cabin should have a more interesting name, but it only had a number, Cabin 4. It was really small, with a low ceiling and windows on each side. There were bunk beds against 3 walls and tall shelves on the 4th wall, with a little square space in the middle.
Where's the bathroom? Last cabin on the right, Colin, I guess. The one marked showers.
You mean at night if we need to go to the John, we have to go outside in the dark?
Yeah, cool. Camp is supposed to be rough. What's the matter, Colin? Afraid of the dark? Maybe something's hiding in the shadows, waiting to get you.
Hey, man, I'm not scared of the dark.
Colin can't be afraid of the dark. He still has his sunglasses on. Look, guys, this bed's already been claimed.
Hey, neat. Looks like there's some sports magazines on it, and a Walkman.
They must belong to our counselor.
I hope he's a fun guy.
And I hope we don't have to wear those ugly green t-shirts.
I claim a top bunk.
Hey, that's cool with me. I'll take the one under you.
Can I have a lower one? I roll around a lot at night. I might fall out of the top one.
Yeah, great. I want to have a top bunk. It'll be fun.
Hope you guys don't snore.
We're not gonna sleep in here anyway. We're gonna party all night, aren't we, Mike?
Ow, Jay! That hurt!
Sorry. Suppose I just don't know my own strength.
Hey, kids. They're your blankets and sheets. Make your bunks. Try to make them as tidy as mine.
Are you our counselor?
Yeah, I'm the lucky one.
Hey, what's your name?
Larry. Your bags will be here in a few minutes. You can fight it out over drawer space. 2 of the drawers are stuck shut. Keep away from my stuff.
Great guy.
Yup, really friendly. Looks like you blew your wish, Mike.
Do you think we'll see those girls again?
I sure hope so. I think they really liked me.
Yeah, right. You really impressed Blondie by slime bombing her. Forget the girls. I'm hungry. I've been eating for ages.
Me too. Let's get our bunks made and then head off to the barbecue.
So, what have we got in here? Hey, pillows. Here, catch.
Blankets. I'll take this one.
Wait a minute. Says who?
Well, I got to it first.
Pillow fight you for it.
You're on.
Oh, I'm the best. Oh, J-Man winning.
Hey, guys, stop messing around. The sooner we get these beds done, the sooner we eat.
Oh, wait, you can have the blanket.
Thanks.
It's cool going up a ladder to bed. Chuck me up a sheet, Mike.
Yeah, that's right. Show some respect.
What's going on, Mike?
Snakes!
Where? I don't see anything.
Not that old joke.
Larry put rubber snakes in your bed.
They're not rubber. They're real.
I can't believe you fell for that old gag. Let me see. Wow, they are real.
2 snakes were rising out of the shadows. They were very long and skinny. Their heads were wider than their bodies, and their tongues flicked from side to side as they arched themselves toward us.
Probably not poisonous. I'm scared of snakes.
They're probably scared of you.
We've got to get Larry or somebody.
No way. You can handle them, Mike. There are only 2 of them. Go on.
Jay gave Mike a playful shove. He only meant to give him a scare, but Mike stumbled and fell onto the bed. The snakes darted at him in unison. One of them clamped its teeth into Mike's hand. Mike rose to his feet. He didn't react at first. Then he did.
Ah! It bit me!
What? Did it break the skin? Let's see.
Look, it's bleeding.
Hey, man. I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to.
It really hurts.
You'd better get to the nurse. I'll come with you.
No, I'll find her.
Oh, what are you gonna do for me?
I didn't mean to push him, you know. I was just joking, just trying to scare him a little. I didn't mean for him to fall or anything.
What are we going to do about them?
I'll get Larry.
No, wait! Let's try and deal with this ourselves first. Look, they're sitting on Mike's sheet, right?
So?
So we can wrap them up in the sheet and carry them outside.
Wow, wish I'd thought of that. Let's do it, man.
Those snakes look pretty angry. You'll get bitten.
They can't bite us through the sheet.
They can try.
If we're fast enough, we can wrap them up before they know what's happening.
How did they get in here anyway?
Maybe the camp is crawling with snakes. Maybe you've got some in your bed too, Colin.
Let's be serious here. Are we going to try this or not?
Yeah, let's do it. I mean, I owe it to Mike. Hey, I bet I could grab one by the tail and swing him out through the window. Billy, you could grab the end of the other one and...
Let's try my plan first.
Okay. Let's sneak up on them.
Duh. How are you gonna do that? Blindfold them first? They're staring right at you.
I don't hear you coming up with any bright ideas.
Stop fighting, you two. We've got to work together on this. Jay, you grab your end of the sheet there. Colin, you take the corner near you. I'll take this bit here. Then pull it up on 3. Ready? 1, 2...
Maybe I should have my hands free to open the door or something.
Yeah, okay. Ready? 1...
What if I miss? Or you miss?
We're in trouble. 1, 2, 3.
No, don't!
Watch out! All right, we got it. You okay, Jay?
Yeah.
They're wriggling so hard the whole thing's swaying.
Shut up, Colin. Jay, hello! Let's move!
Don't let it touch you. Keep your body away. They can strike through the sheet.
Colin, just get the door, will you? Quick!
Yeah, got it.
Okay, man, get out of the way! Now what?
Keep going! One of the snakes is poking his head out. Hurry! Okay, stop here. Now, swing the sheet back and heave the whole thing into the trees. They're crawling away.
Wow, look at him go.
Do you think we should take Mike's sheet back?
He won't want to sleep on it. It's probably dripping with snake venom.
Oh, we should take it anyway. There may not be a spare one.
Yeah, I'll get it. Ah! There was another one in the sheet. It got me.
Oh, what, Jay? Jay, you all right? Are you okay?
You should see your face. Here, catch.
Very funny. Come on, let's get back to the cabin.
Hey, how'd it go?
Horrible. We both got bitten twice.
You're a terrible liar. You shouldn't even try.
I don't know about that. Hey, Billy, huh?
Yes, so.
Hey, you're a hero, Billy.
Yeah, thanks for all your help, Colin.
Hey, I would've...
Hey, how's it going? Hey, this place is a mess. What have you guys been doing?
We had a little problem.
Where's the other boy? The chubby one.
His name's Mike. He got bitten by a snake.
There were 2 snakes in his bed.
So, where did Mike go?
His hand was bleeding. He went to the nurse to get it taken care of.
Huh?
He went to find the nurse.
Nurse? What nurse?
They said there was no nurse. Larry, a snake bit my hand.
If you get hurt in this camp, you're on your own.
I think my hand's swelling up.
Yeah, found the bandages. Here, now go and wash your hand and wrap it up. Hurry, it's almost supper time.
Okay, thanks.
By the way, how do you boys get the snakes out of here, huh?
We carried them out in Mike's sheets. It was Billy's idea.
Yeah, I'm impressed, Billy. That was pretty brave, man.
Maybe I inherited something from my parents. They're scientists, explorers, sort of. They go off for months at a time, exploring the wildest places.
Well, Camp Night Moon's pretty wild, and you boys had better be careful. Like I said, there's no nurse here, and Uncle Al doesn't believe in mollycoddling. Now I gotta move on. The barbecue's ready.
Great.
I can eat
Sure,
them.
me too.
These hot dogs are charred black. It's like eating charcoal.
Who cares? It's food.
Oof, it's really hard to eat with this bandage. You mean you can't eat fast enough? Don't worry, there's plenty more. No, I just keep dropping them.
May I have your attention, boys? I hope you're all unpacked and are comfortable in your cabins. I want to welcome you boys to Camp Night Moon. I know that most of you are first-time campers, so I'd like to tell you some of our basic rules. First, lights out at 9 sharp.
Oh, sneaky hands.
You might think you can sneak out at night, but I'm warning you, we don't allow it. And we have very good ways of making sure this rule is obeyed.
Yeah, they've got guard snakes.
Now, on the other side of the river is the girls' camp. I want to make it clear that swimming or rowing over to the girls' camp is strictly forbidden. The woods around Camp Night Moon are filled with grizzlies and tree bears. They come to the river to swim and drink. They're usually hungry, too. Now, you won't be laughing if a bear claws your head off. All right, let's get a couple of counselors up here. Larry, Frank? Larry and Frank are going to demonstrate the procedure to follow when, if you are attacked by a grizzly bear. You lie flat on your stomachs, face down, and cover the back of your head with your hands. And remember, listen up. This could save your life. It's hard to keep still when a huge bear is pawing and drooling all over you. But if you move, he'll maul you for sure. Okay, counselors, you can get up now.
Have there been any bear attacks here?
Yep, 2 last summer.
Jeez, what kind of camp have my mom and dad sent me to?
Like Larry says, one where they don't mollycoddle you.
You see that cabin there, halfway up the hill towards the lodge?
Where?
Take a good look at it. That is known as the Forbidden Cabin. We don't talk about it, and we don't go near it. I'm gonna repeat what I just said. That is known as the Forbidden Cabin. It's been closed and boarded up for many years. No one is to go near that cabin. No one!
Yeah. Uncle Al?
Yes, what is it?
Why is the forbidden cabin forbidden?
We don't talk about it.
Billy, let's go and check it out.
Jay, you're kidding, right?
One more rule. You must write to your parents every day. We want them to know what a great time you're having at Camp Night Moon. Okay? Back to your cabin.
My hand's starting to throb again. Maybe I should talk to Larry.
I'll go with you if you like.
Thanks, Billy. Hey, isn't that him over by the fire? Oh yeah, I think. Anyway, I'll see you guys back at the cabin.
I'll come with you, Colin. We've got a pillow fight to finish.
You're on.
See ya.
Bye. My hand really hurts. I'm not just complaining. It's throbbing and swelling up. And I'm starting to get the shivers. Where's Larry? Where'd he go?
I think I see him over there. Hey, Larry, wait up!
Larry!
I guess it wasn't him. Maybe he's already gone to our cabin to make sure we obey lights out.
Let's go and see.
Don't worry. Larry will know what to do.
I hope so.
It's been some day. I'm beat.
A scary day. First those wildcats, or whatever they were, attacking us, and then the snakes.
Yeah, I hope that's it for weird surprises. We'll start having some real fun tomorrow.
What's that?
I don't know.
I think they're coming from the
forbidden cabin. Let's hurry. We're not far from our cabin.
You're gonna pay for that. Hey, guys. Oh, stop it. What kept you?
We got here as fast as we could.
Where's Larry? I really need him to look at my hand.
He should be here soon.
Do you hear that? Probably a wildcat. Wildcats don't howl. They screech, but they don't howl.
It sounds like a man. A man who's been locked up in the forbidden cabin for years and years.
You think so?
Stay away from the forbidden cabin. We don't talk about it, and we don't ever go near it.
We should check it out immediately. I don't think we should. I'm going to wash my hand.
He's scared.
Yeah, I'm kind of scared, too. I mean, those howls.
Our camp is something like the forbidden cabin. It's probably completely empty. It's all just a joke.
Yeah, camp directors love scaring kids. It's the only fun they have.
That must be the signal for lights out.
Let's sneak out and explore the forbidden cabin. Come on, we can be the first ones to do it.
Oh, I'm too tired.
Me too. How about tomorrow night?
I wouldn't if I were you. Uncle Al wasn't messing around.
I wondered how long Larry had been out there listening. Was he deliberately spying on us?
I suppose the camp ghost will get us if we go out after lights out.
No, not a ghost. Saber.
Uh-huh. Who's Saber?
Saber isn't it.
Saber's a red-eyed monster who eats a camper every night. There is no Saber. Larry's just giving us another phony camp story.
I'm trying to save you boys some trouble. I'm not trying to scare you. I'll tell you one thing. Saber will rip your heart out.
Yes, sure.
I'm not kidding. Go out one night. Go out and meet Saber. But before you do, leave me a note with your addresses so I'll know where to send your belongings.
Doodle-doo-doo-doo! Wake up, guys! The sun's shining. It's gonna be a great day.
What time is it? Is it time for breakfast?
Your hand must be feeling better.
Not really, but I can't help it if I'm hungry.
Aw.
I didn't get much food last night.
Well, you could afford to lose a few pounds.
Man, you're a noisy bunch. How's a guy supposed to think anyway?
What do you gotta think about?
Oh, you know, like whether there's a phone around here.
I haven't seen one, but there must be. Why?
Billy's feeling homesick. Billy's feeling homesick.
No, I just thought it might be nice to call my parents. Let them know we got here okay. That's all.
Hey, Larry's gone already. I wanted him to check out my hand.
Well, I'm out of here. Racing to the lodge for breakfast. Last one there's a scrambled egg.
Yeah.
Right, guys, okay, the red team, we got Bobby.
After breakfast, Larry and two other counselors divided us into groups. The first group of boys headed off to the river. Some people have all the luck. As I was waiting for my name to be called, I spotted a payphone on the wall of the lodge. I decided to call my parents later, only to tell them about my new friends, you understand.
Okay, boys, follow me to the ball field. Just over there. We're gonna play our first game of scratch ball.
So, when do we get to have a swim? After the scratch ball?
Yeah, I suppose so. You boys will need a swim. We're gonna work up a sweat.
You ever played scratch ball before, Billy? I'm not really into sports.
Yeah, I play it a lot at school. It's an easy game to learn. The batter throws the ball in the air as high and as far as he can. Then he has to run around the bases before someone on the other team catches the ball, tags him with it, or throws him out. Look at Mike. He doesn't look too happy about playing, does he?
Larry! Larry, wait up!
What?
I don't think I can play. My hand is throbbing like crazy, and it's all swollen up.
Go sit in the shade. I'll take your place on the blue team.
Shouldn't I get some medicine or something to put on it?
Mike, just sit over there by that tree. We'll talk about it later. I can't stop everybody's fun because of you.
But you're supposed to be looking after us.
Stop being a crybaby. I've already told you, at this camp, you're on your own. Okay, kids? Let's play ball!
Larry was a great player. He tossed the ball harder than anyone I'd ever seen. By the fourth inning, our team, the blue team, were ahead 12-6. Colin was on the red team. He wasn't enjoying the game. He'd been tagged out twice and missed an easy catch in the field. Everything was fine, although Colin and Larry did get into a fight over a ball that Colin claimed should have been out. But that kind of argument happens all the time in ball games. Then something happened that gave me a really bad feeling and made me stop and wonder just what was going on. Colin had tossed the ball high but not far. Larry and I both came running up to get it, but Larry got there first. He picked it up on the first bounce, drew back his arm, and then I saw his face. It was all scrunched up. He looked so angry. He heaved the ball as hard as he could, and it whacked Colin on the head. Colin's arms flew up as if he'd been shot. Then his knees buckled and he collapsed in a heap, face down on the grass. Larry's expression changed again. His eyes opened wide in disbelief.
No, it slipped! I didn't mean to throw it out and the ball slipped! It just slipped!
Liar, I thought. Liar. Liar.
Jeez, what
Give him room. Give him room. The ball slipped. I'm really sorry, Colin. The ball slipped. I need two boys to help me carry him to the lodge.
Yeah, I'll help.
The rest of you get changed for your swim, okay?
Can I come too? Someone has to look at my hand. It's really bad.
Yeah, all right. Come on. Come on.
It's okay, I got him. I watched them make their way up the hill to the lodge. Finally, someone was going to pay attention to Mike's snakebite wound. But something was terribly wrong here. How was I to know that the horrors were just beginning? Later that afternoon, Jay and I were in the cabin writing to our parents. I was telling them about the scratch ball incident and how there was no nurse here, and about the forbidden cabin.
Hey, Billy, we're dropping like flies around here.
I know. Jay?
Yeah?
Larry deliberately hit Colin with the ball.
Oh, man, get out of here. That's impossible. Larry's our counselor. His hand slipped, that's all.
No! I'm telling you. I saw his face. It was all weird. Like he...
Hi, guys.
Colin! Hey!
Oh, hey, Larry.
How are you?
Not bad.
He's a little wobbly, but he's okay.
I'm sort of seeing double. This cabin looks really crowded to me. There are two of each of you.
Did you see a doctor?
Nah, just Uncle Al. He looked it over and said I'd be fine.
Oh.
Where's Mike? Is he okay?
Uh-huh. He's fine.
But where is he?
Still at the lodge, I suppose. I don't really know.
But is he coming back?
If you two finish your letters, you can mail them at the lodge. And I'll get changed for dinner. And don't forget, tonight is tent night.
Oh, but Larry, it's cold at night.
Yeah, we'll freeze if we have to sleep outside.
It's still tent night.
Oh, man.
Later, Jay and I helped Colin up to the lodge. He was still pretty woozy. The three of us sat at the end of the long table nearest the window. A strong breeze blew cold air over the table. The food wasn't great, but I was so hungry, it didn't matter. The counselors ate at their own table and ignored us. Halfway through dinner, Jay and a boy called Roger started horsing around, and Jay spilled his entire cup of grape juice on my shorts. I went back to the cabin to change and opened Mike's drawer by mistake. It was empty. No clothes. Nothing. I looked for his suitcase. That was gone too. Did this mean Mike wasn't coming back? I raced back to the lodge. Larry! Larry, listen! Mike, he's gone!
Go back to your table, Billy. This table's for counselors only.
But what about Mike? His stuff's gone. Is he okay?
How should I know?
Did they send him home?
Yeah, maybe. Now go away, Billy. I'm sure he's fine.
I opened the drawer, and it was empty. Cleared right out. I mean, what do you think's going on?
Uncle Al probably had to send Mike home because of his hand.
Then why did Larry say he didn't know what had happened to Mike?
Counselors don't like to talk about these things. It might give us poor little kids nightmares.
All right, quiet, everyone. Time to go to your tents. And remember, be very quiet, or the bears will get you.
Some joke.
Yeah, real funny. Let's go.
We should have brought our torches. It's so dark.
Whoa, right behind you guys.
Okay, Jay, watch your step. At the bottom of the hill, I stopped and gazed up at the forbidden cabin. I listened for the howls that seemed to come from it the night before. Tonight, there was only a heavy silence. The large plastic tents were lined up in the cabin area. We found ours and crawled inside.
Well, tonight's the night.
Huh? Tonight's what night?
Shh. Everyone's asleep. Roger and I are gonna check out the forbidden cabin. Are you and Colin coming?
What? With you and Roger, the grape juice king? I don't think so, Jay. My head's still in space.
All right, wimp. But what about you, Billy?
Huh?
You coming?
I think I'll stay with Colin.
You're gonna miss out.
That's okay. I'm too tired and my muscles ache. Even my hair hurts.
All right, wish us luck.
Good luck. In the darkness, I saw Jay's large, shadowy form crawl quickly to the tent flap. He pushed it open, revealing a square of purple sky, then vanished into the darkness.
Let's sneak back to the cabin. It's too cold out here, and the ground feels like solid rock.
Good idea, but be quiet. It's good to be back in the cabin.
Yeah, nice and warm. What are you looking out the window for?
I'm trying to see if I can see where Jay and Roger are.
Oh, yeah? Let me have a look.
Hey,
that's them.
They're going to get caught. I just know it.
No, they won't. But they won't see anything up there. It's just a stupid cabin.
They better be quiet. They're making too much noise.
They must be up the hill by now. I'm going to bed. They're fine. Nothing's gonna happen.
Yeah, you're right. Good night, Colin.
Night, Billy.
Whoa!
Was that Jay or Roger?
I don't know. It's Jay! 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 Where are you?
Oh my gosh! Stay away from me! Stop it!
Jay! Answer me!
Help me!
Are you alright?
No!
Jay, what happened?
It got Roger!
What? What did?
What was it?
I don't know! It tore Roger to pieces!
What? Calm down.
Here it comes! I'm coming out!
Quick, shut the door! It's Saber!
Don't let him get
We have to find Larry. We need help.
Don't let him get me! Please don't let me get
Listen, shh. It isn't coming here. We're okay inside the cabin, Jay.
But it got Roger!
Shh, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Shh. All right. Okay. Colin. Come here. Something's really weird.
What do you mean?
Listen. Do you hear anything?
No.
Neither do I. Where is everybody? Someone must have heard something. What about the other kids? Where are the counselors?
Yeah. Where's Larry?
And everyone else. There isn't a sound out there. It's like they're all just gone.
Ah! The creature! It's coming! It's coming through the window!
We all stared in horror at the open window, frozen with fear. But no creature jumped in. Poor Jay was so frightened he was seeing things. Colin and I really did want to go for help. But we couldn't. We didn't dare. The three of us were up all night. Colin and I finally calmed Jay down. Larry never appeared. I must have dozed off just before dawn because I woke up to Colin shaking me hard.
Billy, hurry! We're late for breakfast.
Where's Larry?
He never showed up, Jay. Come on, let's go, Billy.
Okay, but let's check the ground around the forbidden cabin on the way.
This is weird. There's no sign of any struggle around here. No dried blood on the ground or anything.
Yeah, that's really weird.
We'd better get to the lodge before the food's all gone. This is too much, you guys. Everything seems so normal. I can't see Roger anywhere, can you? No. Look, there's Larry.
Hey, Larry, what happened to Roger?
Is he okay?
Yeah, Roger and I were attacked
Where
last
were
night.
you? We were too afraid to go look for you.
Whoa. Calm down, boys. What are you talking about?
About Roger, the creature. It jumped on him and...
Creature? But what creature? You say someone was attacked? I don't think so, Jay. We didn't get any report about any attack. And we'd have heard screams or something, yeah?
I heard screams. We both did. Yeah. And then Jay came running back, crying for help.
Well, why didn't anyone else hear them? When did this happen? And where?
After lights out, Roger and I went up to the Forbidden Cabin.
Are you sure it wasn't a bear? Some bears were spotted downriver yesterday afternoon.
It was the creature. Save her.
You shouldn't have been out.
Yeah, why would you listen to me? Roger was attacked. The big thing jumped on him and...
Look, the counselors were all up here at the lodge. We would have heard any screams.
But there were definitely screams. You've got to check it out. Jay isn't making it up. It really happened.
I think you just had a bad nightmare or something. But I'll ask Uncle Al, okay? If anything happened last night, he'll know about it.
Hurry, please.
Hey, look, I'll ask him after breakfast. I'll see you boys at the morning swim. I'll report what Uncle Al says then.
Don't you care? Don't you care what happens to us?
Yeah. Larry didn't answer. He just went back to his breakfast. A lot of kids had stopped eating to stare at us. I pulled Jay away, and the three of us made our way up and down the aisles between the tables, studying every face. One thing was for sure. Roger was nowhere to be seen. Later, after breakfast, we went for morning swim. The sun was burning through the high clouds just as we reached the riverbank.
Boy, that water sure looks cold. I just want to go back to bed and sleep. Me too.
Where's Larry? He promised to be here.
And here I am.
Well, what did Uncle Al say? About Roger.
Uncle Al and I went all around the Forbidden Cabin.
And?
There wasn't any attack there. And we went up to the office and checked the records, Jay. There's no camper here this year called Roger. No Roger at all.
What?
No. First name or last name.
I don't believe this.
Well, maybe you boys are trying to pull a weird joke on me, huh?
What? Is that what you think? That it's a joke?
Swim time, boys. Get some exercise, okay?
I'm not going in. I'm going back to the cabin.
Hey, wait up, Jay. I'll come too.
I watched them head back to the cabin, not knowing what to do. Then I noticed the other boys who were all swimming and having a great time. Why couldn't they see how strange and frightening this place was? What was the matter with them? Suddenly, someone reached out from the bushes and grabbed me roughly from behind.
Help! Help! It's me. Duck down. They'll see you. Wait, Dawn, Dory. What are you doing here?
Just come over. Early this morning, we've been waiting here in the bushes.
But it's not allowed. If you're caught...
We had to talk to you. We decided to risk it.
What's wrong?
The girls' camp. It's Nightmare.
Yeah, everyone calls it Camp Nightmare instead of Night Moon.
Yeah.
Strange things have been happening.
Uh-huh. What kind of strange things?
Scary things.
Yes, girls have disappeared. Just vanished from sight.
No one seems to care.
I don't believe it. The same thing has happened here. Remember Mike?
Yeah?
Well, he disappeared. They removed his stuff, and he just disappeared. And then Jay and this boy Roger were attacked by something, and now Roger's disappeared too.
Wow, just like at our camp.
It's unbelievable. 3 girls have gone from our camp.
They announced that one was attacked by a bear.
Really?
Yeah.
What about the other 2?
Just gone.
We have to do something.
We have to get together, the boys and the girls. We have to make a plan.
You mean to escape?
Well, we can't stay here. Every day another girl disappears, and the counselors act as if nothing's happening.
I think they want us to get killed or something.
Have you written to your parents?
Yeah, every day, but we haven't heard from them.
Listen, Visitor's Day is next week. Our parents will be here. Then we can tell them everything.
It may be too late.
Everyone is so scared. I haven't slept for 2 nights. I hear these horrible screams outside every night.
Uh-oh. Morning swim's over. I don't know what to say. You've got to be careful. Don't get caught.
We'll swim back to the girls' camp when everyone is left, but we'll have to meet again, Billy.
Yeah.
We have to get more people together, you know. Maybe if we get organized.
There's something bad going on at this camp. Something evil.
I know. Here they come. I've got to go.
We'll try to meet again the day after tomorrow. Be careful, Billy.
You too.
I watched the girls slip farther back into the bushes. Suddenly, I remembered seeing a payphone on the side of the lodge. I could call my parents and ask them to come and get me. Jay, Colin, Dawn, and Dory, too. I ran to the phone at full speed.
It's a fake. It's just plastic. A molded plastic phone nailed to the wall. They did this. They don't want us to phone home at all.
Billy? What you doing up here?
I wanted to phone my parents, just to say hi, but the phone...
Someone put that up as a joke. Did it fool you?
Yeah. Where is the real phone?
No phone. Campers aren't allowed to call out. It's the rules, Billy. If you're really homesick, go and write your mom and dad a long letter. When's your canoe trip?
Canoe trip?
Yeah. Yeah. Your group goes out tomorrow. You excited, huh? The river doesn't look like much up here, but farther down you'll find yourself in some pretty good rapids.
Great.
Everyone always enjoys the canoe trip. Just don't fall in.
Yeah.
When Uncle Al was out of sight, I made my way back to the cabin.
Dawn and Dory are planning to escape. How do you know that? They swam over to tell me.
Wow, they could be in big trouble if they get caught.
We're all in big trouble. We have to get out. I'm going to write to my parents right now. I'm going to tell them I have to come home on Visitor's Day.
I think I will, too.
Me too. It's just too weird here.
Do you two know about the canoe trip tomorrow?
Whoa, a 5-mile hike this afternoon and a canoe trip tomorrow?
Hike? What hike?
Aren't you coming on it?
No one told me about any hike. And anyway, who'd want to go on a 5-mile hike in this heat?
Well, that's just what we heard.
Better get our letters done then.
Yeah. You boys taking the day off? You think this is a holiday or something? What are you doing, Billy?
Nothing. Just riding home.
I heard Jay and Colin are going on a hike this afternoon with Counselor Frank.
Huh? Aren't I going too?
Nope, not today. The trail gets a little dangerous. Frank can only take 2 at a time. So you, Billy, are representing Cabin 4 in the tennis tournament.
But I'm a terrible tennis player.
Hey, we're counting on you, bud. Get your bat and your racket down to the courts. Come on.
Oh.
The tennis tournament was a joke. I might as well have had a hole in my racket for all the times I got the ball over the net. Anyway, before dinner, I decided to mail my letter. There was no one in the office, and I was about to leave and come back later when I saw the mailbag. It was stuffed full of letters. As I tried to put mine in, a bunch of them slid to the floor. One of them caught my eye. It was one I'd written to my parents yesterday. I pulled out some more. All of our letters were here. None of them had been mailed. We couldn't phone, and we couldn't write home. We were cut off from the rest of the world. Camp Night Moon had become Camp Nightmare.
I drifted in and out of a troubled sleep that night. Jay and Colin hadn't returned from the hike, and 2 new boys were in their bunks. I was really worried. In the morning, I found Larry by the river preparing the canoe for our trip. The new boys were coming too.
Larry, where are they? You've got to tell me.
Huh? Chris and Tommy? They'll be here soon.
No! Not the new boys. I mean Jay and Colin. Where are they? What happened to them, Larry? You've got to tell me.
I don't know anything about them.
But Larry...
So I'll ask Uncle Al about it when we get back. Oh, here's Chris and Tommy. Put on your life jackets, boys, and get in.
We set off in the canoe. I had a sinking feeling in the pit of my stomach. No pun intended. We were managing it fine, and I was even beginning to enjoy myself. Until we neared the rapids.
Whoa! Whoa!
Here come the rapids! Hang on! And get pretty choppy and rough! Hey, look!
Larry leaned over, and then...
Larry! Larry! Oh, no! I can't see him! Larry! Larry! We have to stop! We have to slow down! We can't! We don't know how! Larry!
Without thinking, I plunged into the swirling waters to save him and swallowed a mouthful of brown water as I went down. My heart thudded in my chest as I struggled frantically to the surface, spluttering and choking. My trainers felt as if they weighed a ton. With long, desperate strokes, I pulled myself towards the spot where Larry had fallen in. Glancing back, I saw the canoe, a dark blur growing smaller and smaller. The current had carried the canoe away. Where was Larry? The brown water washed over me, blinding me, tossing me back. I pulled myself back up. Water rolled down my face. Then I saw Larry floating near me, face down. I reached out with both arms and grabbed his shoulders. Pulling his head up from the water, I managed to turn him over, and using the life-saving techniques my parents had taught me, kicking and pulling with my free hand, I dragged Larry to the shore. Was he dead? Had he drowned before I reached him? I leaned over him and...
Billy. Oh, are we okay?
Yeah. I think so. But what about Chris and Tommy? Will they be all right?
I hope so. They'll probably ride to shore, walk back like we'll have to.
So many frightening things have happened.
Yeah, Billy. It's been strange. We better get moving.
All right. Easy. Easy now.
As we made our way back, I kept wanting Larry to say something. But instead, he walked on in silence. 3 long hours later, we reached the camp.
Hey! What happened?
We had an accident.
I fell in. Billy jumped in to save me. We walked back.
But Tommy and Chris couldn't stop the canoe. They drifted away.
We both nearly drowned, but Billy, he saved my life.
Can you send someone to find Tommy and Chris?
Wait, the 2 boys floated on downriver?
Yeah, we have to find them.
Well, what about my canoe? That's our best canoe. How am I supposed to replace it? We'll have to go and look for it tomorrow. Go and get into dry clothes.
Uncle Al stormed off towards the lodge. I just saved Larry's life. But he didn't care about that. And he didn't care that 2 campers were lost on the river. That a counselor and 2 boys had never returned from their hike. He didn't care that boys were attacked by creatures and that kids disappeared and were never mentioned again. He didn't care about anyone. He only cared about his canoe. But my anger quickly turned to fear. I had no way of knowing that the scariest part of my summer was yet to come. I was all alone in the cabin that night. I pulled an extra blanket onto my bed and slid into a tight ball beneath the covers. I wondered if I'd be able to fall asleep, but I was so exhausted. Even the eerie, mournful howls from the forbidden cabin couldn't keep me awake. I fell into a deep blackness and didn't wake up until I felt someone shaking my shoulders.
Billy! Billy! Special hike, hurry, get dressed!
What kind of hike?
Uncle Al has called a special hike.
Don't we get to rest? I mean, after what happened yesterday?
It's not just us, it's the whole camp. Everyone's going. Uncle Al is leading it.
It wasn't scheduled. Where is Uncle Al taking us? Where? And Chris and Tommy, they didn't come back.
They'll turn up. Line up outside.
I got dressed and went out. Everybody had formed a single line along the side wall of the lodge. I was near the end. One of the counselors counted us twice to make sure that he had the right number. Then Uncle Al appeared at the front of the line. He wore a brown and green camouflage outfit, like the kind soldiers wear. He didn't say a word. He signaled to Larry and another counselor, who were both carrying very large, heavy-looking brown bags over their shoulders. He stopped in front of the last camper. He pointed towards the riverbank. His only words were, "This way." I realized I was now nearly at the front of the line. Glancing back, I saw Larry and the other counselor, bags on their shoulders, hurrying to catch up with Uncle Al. What is this about? I wondered as we tramped through the woods. And as I stared at the clumps of low, tangled trees up ahead, a thought pushed its way into my head. I can escape. The thought was so frightening, but suddenly so real. I can escape into the trees. I can run away from Uncle Al in this frightening camp. The idea was so exciting. I could feel my heart pounding in my chest. Think about this. Think carefully. I kept my eyes locked on the woods. I could see the thick trees, their branches all intertwined. They'd never find me in there, I told myself. It would be really easy to hide in those woods. But then what? I couldn't stay in the woods forever. I forced myself to concentrate, forced myself to think clearly. I could follow the river. Yes! Follow the river! It was bound to come to a town eventually. It had to come to a town. Then I could call my parents. I just have to run, make a dash for it, when no one is looking into the woods, deep into the woods. We were at the edge of the trees now. Calm down. Wait your chance. Wait till the time is right. Then leave Camp Nightmare behind, forever. I tried to calculate how long it would take me to reach the path. Probably 10 seconds at the most. And then, in another 5 seconds, I could be into the protection of the trees. I took a deep breath. I braced myself. I tensed my leg muscles, preparing to run. Then I glanced to the front of the line. To my horror, Uncle Al was staring directly at me. And he held a rifle in his hands. Had he read my thoughts? A cold chill slid down my back as I gaped at the rifle. As I raised my eyes to Uncle Al's face, I realized he wasn't looking at me, but at the counselors who had carried the bags. I watched in disbelief as Larry and the other counselor began unloading rifles.
Why did we stop? Is the hike over? Can we go back now?
Line up, get a rifle, one per boy. Come on, hurry! What's wrong with you boys? I said hurry!
A few minutes later, we were all lined up in the shadow of trees, each holding a rifle.
What's going on? Is this target practice?
Listen up. No more jokes. This is serious business. 2 girls escaped from the girls' camp last night. A blonde and a redhead.
I thought, It's Dawn and Dory. They'd managed to escape. Yes!
The two girls are in these woods, boys. They're nearby. Your guns are loaded. Aim carefully when you see them. They won't get away from us.
You mean we're supposed to shoot them?
Yeah, you're supposed to shoot them. I told you, they're trying to escape.
But we can't.
Hey, it's easy. You just aim and fire.
We can't kill people.
I did not say anything about killing, did I?
No, sir.
These guns are loaded with tranquilizer darts. We just want to stop these girls, not hurt them. You got a problem with that, Billy?
Uncle Al took 2 steps towards me, the rifle still in his hands. He stood over me menacingly, lowering his face close to mine. He was challenging me. I saw the other boys back away, terrified. I took a step back, then another. Why was he challenging me like this?
I said, you got a problem with that?
I won't do it!
Don't you dare point that rifle at me! Drop it, Billy, or you're going to be sorry.
No! I'm not going to hunt Dawn and Dory! Camp is over! You're not going to do anything!
Give me the rifle, Billy! Hand it over, boy.
I'm not taking any orders from you again! Ever!
Hand it over now!
No!
He blinked once, twice, then he leapt at me. I took a step back with the rifle, aimed at Uncle Al, and pulled the trigger.
Congratulations, Billy! I knew you'd pass!
Huh? I don't understand.
Okay, everyone, it's over! He passed! Come on out, congratulate him!
Yeah, right.
Good job, Billy! You done good, my boy!
I don't get it. What's happening?
Hi, son.
Hello, Billy.
Dad? Mom? What's going on
I
here?
knew you'd pass, Billy.
Pass what?
As you know, your parents are scientists, Billy, and they're about to leave on a very important expedition. Now, this time, they wanted to take you along with them.
Yes!
But children aren't allowed to go on official expeditions unless they pass certain tests. And so that's what you've been doing, taking tests.
Tests for what?
To see if you could obey orders. You passed when you refused to go to the Forbidden Cabin.
Nice job, Billy. Nice job.
And then there was bravery. You demonstrated that by rescuing Larry.
Well, that was nothing good.
And then we had to see if you knew when not to follow orders. You passed that one by refusing to hunt for Dawn and Dory.
And the campers? The counselors? They're all actors?
This isn't really a camp. It's a government testing lab, and we all work here. You see, you're going to perhaps the most dangerous place in the known universe.
Whoa.
We had to make sure you could handle it.
Where? Mom? Dad? Where are you taking me?
Well, it's a very strange planet called Earth. The inhabitants there are weird and unpredictable, and no one has ever studied them.
Earth? It sounds pretty weird. But it could never be as dangerous or as exciting as Camp Night Moon.
We'll see. We'll see.
If you're still here, I give up. Enjoy some spooky, soothing music.